Grüezi meine Freunde, this is Enzo Eigen of the Alliance for Loki, and today is part 4 on my tier list creations with mutants. So just to quickly refresh everyone how this works is this is a work in progress, meaning I'm going to decide as I make this video my tier list. And so for each character, we'll just take Colossus as an example. I have these icons that sort of attach onto them. Use utility, A is attack, P is prestige, and D is defense. And basically, if I put them at the top, middle, or bottom, like if I go attack, so this would be incredibly strong attack, this would be a good attack, and this would be a usable attack. And if I don't label them, that means that's really not too good an attribute for them. So that's the way I sort of make some marks, just to give you an idea of how these characters have rating in these categories. So let's get started with the tier list. So we might as well, since we have Colossus out here, let's go ahead and rank him. So he's incredible utility. Actually put him I think I'm gonna put him at the highest utility just because of the amount of immunities he has. Really strong armor, makes him really tanky. Has unblockable special, so he has some really good features about him. His attack is very solid, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of attack right there in the middle. And mostly because of his utility, I'm going to put him in this top tier. Prestige, doesn't really have prestige, nor is he a good defender. I'm trying to think who else belongs in this top tier. I think, where's Omega Red? There you are. Omega Red definitely deserves to be here. Really strong attack, especially when he gets those spores on people. He just does a lot of damage. He has a pretty good utility too. His regen, his power drain off the SP3, the fact that his tentacles sort of shrug off defensive ability accuracy, so he can fight against like electros and things like that. So I think he's a very, very good character. Also in this top level, trying to think who else I'd put in here. I think Namor definitely belongs here. Namor has unbelievable utility. In fact, his utility is so unique, it's really the only character in the game that does this, and that's reflect damage back. He has incredible prestige. I mean, some of the best prestige in the game, and just, yeah, even at 5-star or 6-star, it's really good. As a defender, I see him as a defender in Alliance War. I think he's okay. I also want all his utility. On his attack, he especially once he gets to his outrage, he has a pretty decent attack. It's a little weak at first. He also has some regen, so I think he's well deserving of being in the top tier list. Other characters for the top tier, I sort of feel like Sunspot belongs up here. Sunspot's incredible prestige, which is one of the best things about him as a 6-star. Really strong attack, can ramp up really easily, does a lot of attack. Actually really interesting utility as well, because he is able to perfect block when they're incinerated, and so another part of his attack is also all the incinerates he puts on characters too. So no, he's certainly worth the top tier. Is there anyone else that should go in this top tier? I feel like there's a lot of characters you can make a case for this top tier, but just sort of brainstorm. I think they're going to be more in a second tier. So I think about someone like, get rid of all these, like Archangel, sort of a good second tier. Wolverine, Iceman, Domino. I don't know if there's a big difference between the first and the second tier. Maybe Domino arguably could be in the top tier. Let's just think about it for a second. Emma Frost, who I absolutely love. Trying to think. Archangel, yeah, Archangel, crazy good damage, huge damage. I don't know if Storm Pyramid X belongs in there. I think she might. I have a lot of, I think really highly of her. So yeah, let's sort of think about these characters. I may move Domino up, to be honest, but okay. Havoc, great attack, really powerful. Also has those plasma detonates, some pretty good utility because he is incinerate immune, and also he has that I guess maybe that's all. Incinerate immune. He's a pretty good defender too. His first attack is a non-contact attack, so you have to either reparry or just bat out his heavy. And the plasma detonates make him a pretty tough opponent to fight. Wolverine is great utility, just such a strong regen, one of the most sustainable characters in the game. His attack is okay, he has the bleeds, which help a lot. Prestige-wise, not really any good, nor is he a defender. Havoc's Prestige and good, I can't remember. Iceman has good utility between his Cold Snap and his also anti-evade, between his immunities, the Frostbite charges he puts them on, all really interesting. His attack is pretty good. I think we could put it in the middle. He's an okay defender just because the Cold Snap makes him do a lot of damage, just that's unavoidable. Domino, of course, is most, I think, renowned for her damage. I mean, for her as a defender. She's a really strong defender. A lot of randomness in her. Of course, just like Havoc, you can't really parry her medium attack because it's not a contact attack. Her attack can be crazy good, especially with the Trinity, the Flaming Trinity. Also, when she's lucky and their opponent's unlucky, can do a lot of damage off her specials. Huge attack. And her utility is pretty good too. She can evade. She has that fail mechanic too that causes damage. That's also part of why she's such a good defender. Emma Frost, really high utility, just crazy amounts of immunities. And also she's able to be in her telepathic form, which means she can't be evaded. And then in her diamond form, she's unstunnable, so it's cool. Her attack is okay. With enough prowesses, it's pretty good, but it's more or less on the low side. I mean, her special 2 can do a lot of damage, is given a lot of prowesses. I think she's okay as a defender. I don't see her too much, but I think she could be a little bit tricky just because of her reverse controls, and she's pretty tanky too. And so she also has a good heavy attack that doesn't cause any power to be gained as well, so that's a pretty good PC utility. Archangel, big time damage dealer, so we'll give him the high A right there. Between his poison, his bleeds, and then when he goes into neurotoxin, does crazy amounts of damage. Utility, again, the neurotoxins for shut down abilities, that's really cool. Not a very good defender, and not much prestige either. Storm is, I think, a very underrated champion. I think she has really good utility. Like, she applies that passive Cold Snap. She applies also a passive slow when she fires SP1, so there's no way it's going to be avoided. She does a lot of damage off her SP2. She makes her a good attacker. Actually, her SP2 is sort of unavoidable, and with prowesses too, it can cause a lot of extra damage, so pretty good attack. I think she's a good defender, though. We haven't used her much, but I think her special 2 is hard to dodge, and it also can be unblockable. And so that's, I think, my second tier. The only one I'm a little unsure about, to be honest, is Domino. I almost want to move her up to the first tier, but now I'm going to keep her here. I just think, I don't know, she has 2 of the top things now. Let's move her up. Okay, we're going to move up Domino here. Bring her little icons with her. I mean, the strong attack, the strong defense. I mean, having 2 pretty strong pieces, I think, has convinced me to move her up. And let's move all these things over. And okay, so that's on my second tier. Anyone else for the second tier? Maybe Wolverine X23. I don't think she's quite as good as Wolverine. And maybe Goldpool, but I think they're more like a third tier. So let's sort of populate this third tier here. There's some good defenders. So Rogue has a lot of interesting utility. Can be an okay defender too, especially now that she's control. And yeah, she has regen and power drain, a lot of interesting things. Psylocke, if used well, can be an absolute incredible power control champion. It's a little tricky to use, and it takes a little bit of build-up, but once she's got it locked down, she can totally shut off power. Nightcrawler, great defender, actually does pretty reasonable damage as an attacker. Sabretooth, he has cool regen, gets those furies. I think he's pretty interesting. Mr. Sinister is a good defender. Sort of hard to play an attack, but has really nice defensive abilities that make him annoying and good to face. Goldpool, I think, is really good. High prestige as a 5-star. Also, really good attacker, I feel. Has good utility with 2 really strong regens, and then also does bleeds, and has some stun lock abilities with his SP1. I think I'll go ahead and put Wolverine X23 up here too. I'm basically like a not as good version as Wolverine, though she is stronger in the attack. I forgot about X23. I just don't have him, so I don't really know too much about him. I actually go put him up on the second level. I think he has really good utility. I think he's a really good defender too. I'm not sure about his attack just because I don't play him at all, so I don't know if it's good or bad. So I think this is a pretty good third tier. this sort of create, I think we're going to have a really big fourth tier. So Gambit, Beast. I would love to like Beast. I'd like to love Beast, and I actually do, but he's just not that good a champion. The other two pools are okay, nothing too extraordinary. They basically have like one thing of all these others, and that's it. Old Man Logan, he has the buff. He seems nice, but I just is not getting any use and doesn't really seem to be that great. Cable is sort of an annoying defender. I always dislike fighting him, but he has a lot of things, but he doesn't really seem to help him and make him a good character. Bishop, I actually like Bishop a lot. I love the way his SP2 can be crazy powerful. Of course, the two Magnetos. I might even put these in like a lower tier. I might do this. I might even might make this the lowest tier though. Some part of me wants to put these all together. Oh, did I forget the other Cyclops? Oh no, they're both together. Yeah, it's hard to say. I might just lump this whole group together in sort of a fourth tier because I don't think I see too much of a difference in any of them as far as playability. There's some like the two Magnetos I think are pretty poor characters though. Hopefully they get a crazy good buff. While Beast and maybe Bishop and Old Man Logan and Cable. So maybe this is like 4A and 4B though. I don't know if that makes any sense. So okay, so I think we've done it. I think we've created our mutant tier list. So at the very top we have some really strong characters who have really good playability in this game. The next level are also very solid characters who you can play a lot with, a lot of different times and content that be useful. Some good defenders in there, or at least some usable defenders. Then the third row I think are interesting characters that have use in the game, but really don't shine too much in any particular way. And then the bottom rows are sort of like the average characters, which some are fun to play like Beast and Cable, but they really don't give you anything particularly useful or that's exciting. And so yeah, I think it's gonna do it. It's interesting looking at the mutant. I would say the mutants have less I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think the mutants are more balanced. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I think between the first and the second tier, it's very, you could make some good arguments either way. And so I think it has a lot of characters who are really good and you can play with in this game and will help you out a lot. I'd say that even extends down to the third tier too. I mean, I think like a character like Rogue or Gold Pool or X-23 are very playable characters that, yeah, sure, they're not a Namor or a Domino, but they still would be good to play with. And so it's a pretty cool class, the mutant class. I think, a lot of fun characters to play in this. So I hope you like this tier list. Of course, as I say every tier list, please make comments. I always enjoy seeing all the comments and seeing how people's opinions match with mine, or when they don't match. I'm really curious on their feedback. And so yeah, once again, it's been fun making this. It's just really thought-provoking, and I've enjoyed it. So this is the fourth one, so I'll have Science and Cosmic coming up soon. So thank you very much for watching. This is Enzo Eigen at the Alliance for Loki, wishing you a good day. Bye-bye.